Money, money, cash goals. 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 Money, cash goals.
This is Money Cash Goals, where we seek out expert advice and strategies on how to make money and spend cash to accomplish our goals. I am Lemont Walker, and today we will be learning how to make money on this app called Clubhouse. We have Kenny Alexander, or Kenny the Plug, I'm sorry for messing it up, known by most, of Dallas, Texas. He was a former athlete and now a businessman. He's also a life coach and Amazon #1 best-selling author. He published a book called How to Make Money on Clubhouse. So I know we about to get some real jewels and some real gems in here right now. And that's on the app that he made a recent breakthrough. He found a place where he can help people find out what makes them special and help their brand, and then coach them on how to monetize it in their expertise. Kenny, how you doing today, brother?
Man, thanks for having me, my brother. Thanks for having me. I'm doing awesome. I'm doing good, man.
Man, I talk to you a lot, man. We was just talking a little bit, man. Your passion and with your mission and just with your whole brand and what you're doing, man, I'm loving what you're doing. But one thing I did just find out, I didn't even know you play sports in college. Let me know something about your background in that aspect. That's something new for me.
Yeah, I'm a man of a few talents, more than one. I played some college football. I played some Big 12 football at Oklahoma State. I played for 3 or 4 years up there. I tore my Achilles tendon, and that's what really started the real mission. I think that was like the spark to the mission that we on now.
Man, that's amazing, and it sparked you to the mission that you're on right now. Tell us a little bit about that mission, because I know, man, I've been seeing you, and I've used your services. We'll get into your services a little bit. I've definitely used that. But tell us a little bit about your passion for helping people and what led you into, what you're doing right now.
Yeah, so after really what started it was, I had a dream like everybody, like a lot of other brothers do, right? Want to play professional sports, want to make it to the league, want to get to the big league. And so, it got cut short. And so for me, like a lot of my brothers out there, you're in a place where you don't really know how to identify yourself. You're looking for your purpose. You're looking for who you are. And so, I ended up finding that I had other talents that were way more long term and way more what couldn't be taken away from. You know what I mean? So I realized that it was what made me really who I was. And so as I started to build on that and I started to, enhance and sharpen my expertise, I started to realize that a lot of people could find value in that. And a lot of people get to places like, 2020, right? There's a lot of people who lost their jobs, a lot of people that really got stuck in their houses and really having to figure out how to continue on. And so I felt like, that story of me just really happened to really rediscover who I was, rediscover what really made me who I was outside of just being an athlete. Because there's a lot of athletes out there, but there's really only one you. And so once I found that out, I was like, man, that's a powerful thing to figure out within yourself. Now, how can I help other people find that out within themselves and then also be able to build a life around that?
Man, so what position did you play?
Yeah, so I played linebacker. I played all three of the positions, both outside positions and inside.
Man, I asked you that because I know you played one of those, either linebacker or, a quarterback, something, because you are a true leader. But, let's get to what we're here for, man. We definitely know what we're here for, and we want to get into this Clubhouse app and how we make money on it. So first of all, tell me how you were introduced to the Clubhouse app.
Yeah, I was actually on another live streaming app, and I had, I was streaming almost every day, and I had one of the young ladies that was in there. She's like, "Have you heard of Clubhouse?" And I was like, "I'd never heard of it." And I haven't really taken social media that serious. And so, like, even Instagram, like, I didn't take it serious. I was like, yo, I don't want to be posting pictures on there every single day. That just wasn't my thing. I've been more of a, private type of person. And so she was like, no, I think you really need to get on it, like, and test it out and see if you like it. But she's like, if you're not going to take it seriously, don't get on it, because I only have a few invites. And I think that was a factor that said, like, oh, there's a limited amount of spots, right? And you had this whole, like, fear of missing out. So I'm like, let me see what this thing is about. So I got on it. And I mean, within 4 days, I had like maybe 600 or 700 followers after like 4 days in. So yeah, it just took off, brother.
Wow. Man, it took off and it's really been going. So at what point when you was on Clubhouse, you got the invite from the girl, you get on, you get your followers and things going. At what point did you realize that Clubhouse was a money-making app and it's not a regular social media streaming app?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it didn't take long for me to realize there was a way to make money. Like maybe like 2 or 3 days in, I think it gets on there and you really spend some time and go through different rooms and just see the energy that's in a lot of these rooms, and just see how long people are. Myself, I was spending hours out of my day, 15 hours out of my day, and I felt that way, man, with something that when you're around something that brings a lot of people like energy and joy like that, and it gives them an escape almost. There's always a way to make money, and you gotta back away from it and start to look at it from different angles. So when I started looking at it from different angles, I was like, yo, not only is this a way for like myself to make money, but this is also a way to show other people how to make money on it. So that was pretty much the moment where I was like, yo, like I'm spending 15 hours out of my day on this app, and I'm not making any money. There's gotta be a way.
Gotta be a way, and the problem solvers find a way. So I think that leads us right into you and what you do. Tell us how you make money on Clubhouse and what your specialty is.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been doing one-on-one coaching for probably about 7-8 years, right? And I haven't necessarily needed to be on social media to do it. So I knew that once I figured out how this app worked, I was going to be able to find a way to get clients doing that. But I wasn't really like so determined on like just like, hey, you need to come work with me, or hey, listen to what I gotta say because I know this, I know that. It wasn't like that. It was more so one of those things where it was like, like if you can share enough value and really want to see people be successful enough and really like have it from your heart and from your gut, you know what I mean? Like deep down, like want to see people be successful, a lot of those ideas will just flow to you. And so as I started to share those ideas with people and started to kind of help them in that way and kind of give them what we call game, giving them that game, they would be like, yo, like, hey, like, is there any way I can get access to you on a regular basis? And so it kind of just flowed right into, me being able to say, hey, look, like, how about we just start meeting like every week? And so that one thing led to another thing, one client led to another client. And I think at this point now, I think I'm up to like almost like 20 clients at this point. So yeah, it's taking off, man. All this is happening in the course of like 2.5 weeks.
Right, and how long have you been on Clubhouse?
I signed on this app on January 13th, and today is March 3rd or 4th, March 5th. So like not even 2 months yet. We're closing in on 2 months. Wow.
So you're closing in on 2 months. You have 20 new customers outside of what you were doing before, just off Clubhouse alone, man. Listen, anybody that's listening, you definitely want to get with Kitty the Plug and see how you can make money on the Clubhouse, because you're talking about in less than 2 months, he has 20 people. And if I'm not mistaken, I could have swore I just heard you say that you have some people that's coming on a weekly. So you're getting subscription based almost, right?
Oh, yeah. We have the majority of them are on a weekly basis. So once you notice that you're getting that goes for anybody. Once you realize that you have value that people are willing to connect with, you know what I mean? Then don't have to push them. You don't have to push them to do anything. It's like, hey, like, you see what I'm doing? Does it work? And if it does work, then buy into it. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, and I want to say this for a lot of people who may not feel like they're adequate enough to be considered an expert. Like, who's the person that qualifies anyone to be an expert? You know, there's not a person out there. Like, if you have that self-belief and you have the time and the experience and you've done the dirty work, then there's no reason that you can't consider yourself an expert. First, if you have the time and the experience.
So, I want to do something real quick. Let's do a scenario, right? Because like I said, I've utilized your services. I already know how great you are and what you do. But let's give some of the people something a little bit. Let's say, say I'm a guy, I just got on Clubhouse and I'm like, man, all I know is baseball cards. And they've been sending them down to me from my granddad to my dad. I have some, and that's all I've been doing. I've really been in the basement, though. But I could tell you anything about a baseball card. How could you help me out coming into Clubhouse?
Yeah, so that's a good example. Well, it's a great example. One that I've never crossed before, but I definitely like that one. So if you're someone who has the talent of baseball cards, initially what that person's going to want to do is they're going to want to get on this app and try to convince people to buy their baseball cards. Like, naturally, right? Man, I'm gonna go on Clubhouse and they're just gonna come and buy my baseball cards. And that's not exactly how this app works, at least not now. What happens now is we have a bunch of people, and you hear it all the time. Clubhouse is a marketplace. Clubhouse is not a marketplace. If there was a marketplace, there'd be customers here signing on to Clubhouse wanting to come buy something. That's just not the case. This app right now is an app full of business owners and brands. So if you can't position yourself or angle yourself to sell expertise or sell your services or product to business owners, then you're going to have a hard time, really getting any sales. So the baseball card, he's going to want to position himself not as a person that's selling baseball cards, but an expert that's willing to show other business owners the values of having collectibles. He might come to a big room on this app and he might say, hey, my name is John, and a lot of people don't know that they have a lot of collectibles at home already that they could be making money from. Myself, I have hundreds, if not thousands, of collectible cards that I have that all range from $1 all the way up to $15,000, $20,000. If you're somebody who wants to figure out how you can, test your stuff and find out what you have that's actually collectible, get in my DMs and I'll give you top 10 ways to know you have something in your house that is of value. And so when he comes and he positions himself not as a baseball card seller, but as a collectible expert, right? And so that might mean that he may need to go watch some videos. He might need to go do some research. But if you think about it, he already likes doing that kind of stuff anyway. So it's not like he's doing something he doesn't really like, because he's already spent all the time in the basement studying collectibles, right? And a lot of times, like myself, I myself have a bunch of baseball cards that are in the basement or in the attic somewhere. And so if I could go to him and say, look, I know I can go to Google and find this stuff out, but I would much rather have somebody I can build a personal relationship with and be like, hey, like, these are the cards I have right now. And he can give me his advice, and he can be like, you know what, Kenny? Matter of fact, let's get on the phone call, right? We get on the phone call, and he's like, hey, Kenny, do you have a piece of pen? Or do you have a pen and a piece of paper? I'm like, yeah, I got a pen and a piece of paper. He's like, well, write these down. He said, these are the types of things you want to look for in an antique, or these are the types of things you want to look for in a baseball card. And if you go to a lot of these road shows where they look at antiques and they look at collectibles, they're going to charge you hundreds of dollars to get this information. But see, if you come to me being your personal antique expert, I will only charge you $10. Right? So people are going to be like, what am I going to do with $10 over and over and over again? Well, no, the $10 is a token of your relationship. Whenever you can, and people on this app are claiming that they're making money on this app, right? But in reality, I don't know that there are many people who are really making money using this app. So when you get that $10, that is a sign that he trusts your information. He or she trusts your expertise to the level that they're willing to give you money. And so now that person is giving you money for your expertise, you might be like, look, I know you got a lot of collectibles, and I know you want to see my expertise and see what value you have with your collectibles. Well, how about you just let me go through all your stuff for you? Again, that stuff might cost hundreds of dollars to do that. But if you get on a one-on-one call with me, and we just do FaceTime and you just let me kind of look through all the stuff that you got, I can help point out the things that are worth more money, or something that you put to the side. And then they're going to be like, oh, well, I mean, isn't that like real expensive for somebody to have a personal person to come and check their stuff? Well, I mean, you might possibly have thousands and thousands of dollars worth of stuff. We don't know, right? And that might cost you a few $100s to go to one of these road shows. I'll do it for $75. I'll do it for $100. I'll do it for $50. You see what I'm saying? So because I've gotten them to give me $10, amount of money that people throw away all the time. People throw away $10 all the time. So if you can give them more value than what they paid for, they're going to want to work with you, right? They're going to be excited to pay that $10. And if they get a lot of value, more value than what they pay for $10, and you're charging them $150 or $200 or something, they're more likely to believe that the value you're going to give them is going to be more than the dollar amount. And so I always tell people, whatever service you have, whatever product you sell, make sure you have a price have a product or a service that you sell for $10, for $25, for $100, $250, $500, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, and $10,000. And if you have something that you can sell for $100,000 and sell it for $100,000, there's no cap on it, right? But I like to be able to do business with anybody. And a lot of people are going to find you significant. They're going to like your story. They're going to want to connect with you. And they're going to be like, yo, like, I can't afford the $500 product or service that you got. Like, what do you got for me? And I'll be like, well, what do you got? Well, I got $25. Perfect. I got something for you for $25, and as long as they're getting more value to what they're paying for, you're going to always be in business.
Man, I hope everyone that's listening and that's going to be listening to this show are taking notes, because this man right here is an expert, and he's an expert in marketing. That's marketing 101 for you right there. He's showing you how to gain a client retention, and an upsell all in one. And man, listen, when you first hit me, myself personally, I could talk it personally, man. When you hit me with the $5 and the $10 sale, and I was like, man, Kenny got it, because I was one of those people. I was on the, hit him with the free, and you was the person that's like, man, that free is dead. Tell us about how that free is dead right now, brother.
Great question. So here's the thing, like, I don't know about anybody else, but whenever somebody who I know is a salesperson or I know is a business owner tells me something is for free, my guard goes up. I'm like, yo, where's the scam at? Yo, where's the catch at? I'm not trying to get something, anything. And I always tell people, I say, if you have something that you're of value and you're going to give it to them for free, charge them $5 for it. Because $5 at least lets them know that they're buying something that they have, they're buying something of value. And so this whole idea of how I break it down is, free is cheap and cheap is free nowadays. We've heard the word free so many times that you're better off not even using that word anymore. Because when people hear free, they're like, oh, okay, what's going on, right? But if you charge somebody, think about how many things are $5. A cup of coffee, a burger. There's so many things that are $5 that they throw away all day long. And as soon as you give them something that they value more than that $5, now you have a customer that's going to continuously come back and do business with you.
Man, Kenny, you the man, brother. I want to ask you something, because you definitely telling us how to make some money on Clubhouse and just in life in general. You can utilize these same strategies across any board in business. But I want to ask you something personal. Do you have a background in psychology?
That's funny. Well, I will say that my mother is actually she getting her master's in psychology, and I've studied and read a lot of her material, and I've spent a lot of hours studying and researching a lot of the great psychologists of old. And a lot of times there is information that you can gain, and I know there's a lot of books out there, and I think what would be very dope for the culture would be, studying and go researching NLP, neuro-linguistics programming, right? We speak this language, we speak this English language, and we really don't know what we're saying. We don't know, there's a scripture that says, life and death is in the power of the tongue. You can speak blessings or you can speak curses on yourself, and whenever you can actually break break out of that and learn how to speak properly and put words in the right place, a lot of times we don't realize that we talk ourselves into habits, be them good habits or bad habits. A lot of times we think ourselves into bad habits, be them good habits or bad habits. So in order to learn, you want to learn the science of these words and how to put words in certain positions and places and use them on a regular basis. And when you do, you can find out that you can empower yourself through the things that you say. So I definitely recommend people go check that stuff out. If you get in my DMs on Instagram, I'll kind of direct you to some people and some books that will be beneficial for you. But definitely, I have studied it, and I think it's powerful. And I think it's something that, as long as we're using this language, as long as we're using this dialect, we need to know how to speak these words in order to bring life into our lives.
Man, you talking that information about your mother, I can tell you right now, it's definitely in your bloodline, boss. Let's get back into your book, man, before we get up out of here. How to Make Money on Clubhouse, Volume 1. Tell us a little bit more about your book. I know you told us how to go make money, but just give us some information about your book, and how we can go get it and how we can utilize your services.
Yes, man. This book, it's amazing how this book is all unfolded. A great friend of mine who's in the audience today, Tam, was very instrumental. Tammy, actually, we were having a conversation in one of our clubhouse rooms about something, and it inspired her to put a book out there. And I think she became a bestseller in a week or something like that, maybe even less. And she's like, "Yo, hey, check this out! I became a bestseller." In the same way, me and you were talking earlier, where it was and she did the same thing to me. She inspired me to put a book together and put it out there. And I put it out. Was it yesterday? At 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning is when it officially got approved, and within that day it was the #1 bestseller. So again, you want whatever you're sitting on. A lot of people are sitting on a bunch of notes in their phone, a bunch of voice recorders in their phone. Get that stuff out, man. Blow the dust off that stuff, man. It doesn't take a lot of work. You've already done the dirty work. The hard part is taking all those notes down. The easy part is actually getting it out there. You'll be surprised at how many people are going to relate to your title, especially if you can kind of frame it in a way where you're using keywords that people actually search in the search engine. That helps it out a whole lot. But yeah, so right now my book, it teaches you a lot of what I've talked about here, right? It teaches you how to reshape the way you look at things. We use a baseball card example, which was one that I never heard before, which is great. But you use this guy, he's selling baseball cards, right? He can sell it. He can go on Clubhouse and try to sell it, and people may or may not, and most likely won't buy his cards, unless you just find some people that are extremely big baseball card fans. But you have to position yourself and realize that you have an expertise in being able to locate valuable cards, and you can build a whole room, you can build a whole following on this Clubhouse app by saying, "Hey, I'm your baseball card expert. If you wanna go on and you can put videos up on his Instagram. Hey, this is how you can go find the best baseball cards that are worth the most amount of money. These are tips and tricks to being able to find these different things." And so this book has about 4 or 5 different things where you can re-angle your perspective of what you do in a way that people on Clubhouse are going to find you as an expert and value your knowledge, and you can make money from it. So in order to find it, you just go Google how to make money on Clubhouse in Amazon. It's the only book about monetizing Clubhouse that I've seen out right now. There are some videos out, but that's the only book, and it's the #1 15-minute business best-selling book. You can go get it. It's $9.99. You should go get it, especially if you're going to be on Clubhouse. And more than likely, if you're not on Clubhouse now, you will be on Clubhouse here in the next few months because it's only blowing up even more. So go check it out, and go support the cause and go learn how to make some money off your brand and off your expertise.
Man, that's Kenny the Plug. Kenny Alexander, man, go ahead and go tell us your tags on Instagram. We know it's Kenny the Plug on Clubhouse. Give us all that good stuff right there.
Right. So in order to find me on Twitter and on IG, it's the same thing. It's the @, it's the #1, KALOGNE. The #1, the 1, KALOGNE, Cologne. It's one Cologne. And if you search me on Twitter, you'll find me there. If you search me on Instagram, you'll find me there too. And if you need to get in my DMs are wide open. So I'm looking for more clients. I'm looking for more people to put on and get them up to their next level. That's what this whole thing is about. It's about raising culture, raising the people, raising anybody and everybody that's willing to put the work in.
Man, Kenny, I can't thank you enough for what you done with me personally and coming on here dropping these jewels on people. We done went through scenarios, letting people know how to make money, baseball cards and the different things. But, you know, it is money, cash, goals, you know, and we all about getting started and getting started today. So I got to put you in the hot seat one more time and tell us anyway that someone can go right now and go make some money in your industry right now today.
If you're in my industry and you're a coach, right? I love this challenge, and it was unexpected. I love being on the hot seat. So here it is. If you're a coach, and there's a lot of thought leaders out there, there's a lot of coaches out there, and they're going to be pouring into Clubhouse. So if you hear this, what I'm about to say right now, this is an easy process, a smooth process of getting onto this app and becoming a paid coach or becoming a paid thought leader, right? And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come up with a top 10 list. Top 10 things you know that most people on this app or most people don't know. And so we love lists. I don't know what it is about lists, but either rankings or steps or whatever, top 10 ways that you can become your best version, or top 10 ways to accomplish your dreams, or top 10 ways to activate your greatest version. Whatever it is, make a top 10 list of top 10 things that you know about that people are going to be interested in hearing, right? Then you go into one of these rooms, right? Because there's rooms of all different. There's rooms that only have 5 or 6 people, and there's rooms that have 5 or 6, 700, 2,000, 3,000 people in it, right? You go into one of these rooms and you say, "Hey, my name is Kenny the Plug. I have a list out right now of the top 10 ways to achieve your dreams in a week," right? And it can't be capped. Like, you really, these lists have to be real. So whatever it is that you put on these lists, like, it has to work, because if people if they're not working, if they're not actually working, they're not finding any value from it, then they're not going to mess with you, right? So it's the top 10 ways to activate or achieve your dreams in under a week or under a year, whatever the time frame is. If you are interested in accomplishing your dreams, get in my DMs and I will give you a list of the top 10 ways to accomplish your dreams in under a year, right? So then now people are going to be like, hold on, like, what was he saying? Yes, there's a lot of people in this room right now who have dreams. There's a lot of people in this room right now who have goals, and you are wanting to accomplish those. So how about we make it happen in under a year? Get in my DMs right now, and we'll make those dreams come true. So they get in your DMs, right? For me, like, again, I've never been the big social media person. I've been more of a real life, face-to-face conversation over the phone type of person. So what I do is I don't go back and forth with people on the DMs. I go from the DMs to the phone. I like to take pride in my ability to get people from the DMs to the phone as quickly as possible. So when they get on the phone, I say, all right, hey, get your pen out, get a piece of paper, let's write down these things. So my first 3 things that I'm going to say are going to be ones that are going to catch them off guard. Oh, man, dang, I never thought about that. Oh, man. It's like my first one might be like, learn to fast weekly. Every week have a day where you fast, because when you learn how to fast, you learn how to be more disciplined. When you learn how to be more disciplined, you'll learn how to focus on the things that are most important. Whoa, that's one. That's number 1. And then you give them 2 more that catch them off guard, right? And then they're going to be like, hold on now, Kenny the Plug. Like, I hear you calling yourself Kenny the Plug. At this point, like, you know something. What is that you know? I'll be like, of course I know something. This information that you're getting right now is very valuable information. We can't put a price tag on your dreams. How much is your dreams worth? All the money in the world. My life is worth all the money in the world plus a whole lot more, right? So instead of me charging you $15,000, $20,000 for this information, I'm gonna give you these 10 steps for $10. They're gonna be like, whoa, just all that? Man, get out here. Where's your Cash App? How do I get the money to you? What's your PayPal? Right? So now that they know, now when they pay me that money, they know that I know something that they don't know, and they want to know it. And they should, because this list is potent, and whatever it is that you do, you know something that people want to pay for. So they give me the $10, I reveal the list to them, and they say, man, Kenny, like, man, I appreciate the list. And I'll tell them, I say, look, The people I give this list to, they all get excited when I give them this list. They all get so happy when I give them this list. But you know what? They don't want to do this list by themselves. They want somebody like me to help them through this list, and that is why you got into my DMs. But I can't do this for free, and this thing here could be thousands and thousands of dollars I could be charging, but I'm only going to charge this amount. I'm not going to say what that amount is. If you want to know what that amount is, get in my DMs, you can find out. But you see what I'm saying? You get them to the point where they realize that you're an expert. And that's the hardest thing you have to overcome, is getting people to see that you're actually an expert. You can't, like, a lot of people are financial advisors, a lot of people are, all these different coaches and all these different experts. When you say it, it sounds cute. It sounds cute for me to say, I'm a life coach. It sounds cute. It sounds trendy. Or I'm an entrepreneur, right? It sounds trendy. It sounds cool. But whenever you reveal to me things that you know that I don't know about, and I haven't heard these things on the internet, I'm intrigued. I'm like, yo, what is that? What? And then you want to have, like I say, 10, you want to have as many hacks as you possibly can have, right? So if you really like the industry that you're in, if you really value your expertise, make that list as long as possible. Get it to 200, get it to 500, have 500 different hacks, have 500 different just different things that you can always put together and give out there, because if you love it so much, you're going to go do the dirty work and finding out as many different ways, as many different hacks, as many different steps, as many different things you possibly can, because you enjoy doing it so much. So why not go be the person that has the most amount of hacks out there, period, so that whenever people come to you, you have a pointer for them, you have a tidbit for them. And as long as it's around your expertise, people are going to come to you for the goods.
Kenny the plug. Man, listen, man, when you speak, man, you definitely have presence when you speak. And like I said, I've been speaking personally because I've utilized your services, like I said, and you spoke a prophetic word into my life. And I'm not a real religious person, but I'm spiritual. But I know when the source is speaking, I'll say that. And Kenny, you the source. You got the juice, brother. Again, I thank you so much for coming on the platform and dropping these jewels and letting us know what's up, and how to make some money on Cash App. Again, this is Money Cash Goals, where we seek out expert advice and strategies on how to make money and spend cash to accomplish our goals. Go get with Kenny the plug if you need a way to figure out to get you some extra dollars or how to use your expertise. Get with Kenny the Blood, get in his DMs. He's telling you they're open. He got the book out. Go get the book. Amazon #1 seller right now. Go get it. Hey, I'm Lemont Walker. It's Money Cash Goals. We want to thank Kenny. We want to thank the Money Cash Gold team. The team, thank you too, Kenny, man. Hey, get with us. Our specialty over here is real estate. So if y'all want to get into real estate, let us know. Thank you again. We're going to go ahead and close the show out for today. And Kenny, man, keep doing your thing. I look forward to seeing you, brother.
Likewise, my brother. Likewise. I want to give a shout out to my plug team, Jay, Chanel, Frank, Queen Celeste, all my people at Stavia, and there's many, many more out there. Much love to y'all. We're going to do this thing, y'all.
All right, brother. You keep going and you be great, man. I love what you're doing. Keep on doing it, man. This is Lemont again with the MCG team. Our specialty is showing people how to make money in real estate with little to no experience or license. If you're interested, email us at solutions@baxbill.com to get started today. We encourage everyone listening to join the MCG team for free business tips and tools by going to moneycashgoals.club. Be sure to subscribe and share the show with anyone that you think will benefit from it. The links are in the description. Remember, let's be free, financially, healthily, mentally, spiritually, all 4 seasons as one free up season. Be great.
My mind been gone for a long time. Been busy out trying to get bread. Boy, putting in work for a long time. While I'm out back in here, I done reached my limit of the bullshit. Needed 40 acres in a cool whip. Get get it. Smooth clap with a cool kick. Yeah, I do's this, yeah, I rules this. Like cap ain't moving till the cap start moving. I ain't losing, nah. Better put some respect on my name. The remix is never the same. All this knowledge I'm giving you game. All this knowledge I'm giving you game. All this knowledge I'm giving you game. All this knowledge I'm giving you game.
Money, cash, goals. 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 Money, cash, goals.
Man, for real, nah, man. 98, 99, 2000 era, man, we was on some money cash holes, really thinking that's what it's all about. And now we know in 2021 you gotta have goals and ready to accomplish them in a way that find out how to. We on money cash goals, man. For real, that's what we on.
Money, cash, goals, the only life that I know. Been told through multiple flows, creating multiple shows, multiple lives, the life that I live. Money is the cash on hand, cash be the bands, goals be the shit. Next level grit on the shit, get your piece of land. When you come through, and the sky is a sunroof, and the water is so blue. You and the wife in the sand doing 1-2. My life, yeah, I love you. Life's great, go play, be strict, on time, always early, never been late. Never diamonds, only jewels, strip gold, money, cash, execute the goal.
Money, cash, goals. 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 Money, cash, goals.